This Week in Cybersecurity is sponsored by PCmatic, America's antivirus.
Labor shortages have been plaguing companies across the country, and the cyber field is no exception. There is a huge employment gap in the cybersecurity industry. In fact, it's estimated that there are more than 2 million vacant cybersecurity positions. How about that? Employers are having an extremely difficult time filling those roles. This is raising fears companies may be at risk of more cyber attacks by bad actors out there. Scott Augenbaum is a retired FBI supervisory special agent, author of the book, The Secret to Cybersecurity, and he joins us. Scott, good to see you. Thanks so much. What should employers and companies do to get a handle on this labor shortage? Should there be some enticement to get those more involved?
Yeah, let's talk about the problem, first of all. We all know that the cybercrime problem keeps getting worse year after year. And in the next couple of years, the problem's going to go up almost 100%. And we're not just talking about cybercrime that's impacting small businesses and our families, which I always talk about, but impacting critical infrastructure. The power grid, utility companies, healthcare companies, 911 systems are all dependent on technology. And let's kind of think of it this way. There's a giant firestorm coming, and we don't have enough firefighters to put out the fire. That's a lot of that's a lot of concern for me. It should be a lot of concern, and we have to start thinking about this strategically as we prepare for the future.
And if they do not start thinking about this, and I mean companies when I say they, if they do not start addressing this issue more rapidly, or with more certainty, if you will, what could be the risk of that?
Oh, tremendous amount of risk, not only from cybercrime threat actors, but nation states, terrorist groups. We collectively as a society have to start realizing this is a priority. We've been talking about this for years, and it's only getting worse. So we have to start seeing more of a strategic point of view, especially in the education system. We have to start training our young people to go into the world of STEM, science, and technology.
Yeah. A very good point. I'll leave it with this. The Pentagon actually taking a crack at fixing this problem. It unveiled, a strategy back in March to tackle it. The plan includes this: increasing and improving its labor force by recruiting, training, and retaining the best talent, as well as keeping up with technological advances like AI, artificial intelligence. What do you think about this strategy, Scott?
Well, AI is great, but we need people to work the technology. We need people that are trained, and the government, I mean, even when I was with the FBI, we had a hard time attracting good talent. Why? Because the private sector pays so much more. So, you're robbing from one to get to the other. And especially with critical infrastructure, they don't have the money to spend. So we have to really come up with a strategy at the highest level of the government to really kind of address this and take steps, or the problem's just not going to go away.
Sure. We appreciate the tips that you have out there and the analysis. Thanks so much. That is Scott Augenbaum joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
This Week in Cybersecurity is sponsored by PCmatic, built by Americans to protect America.